Oh, hi, it's Tim here. I just wanted to touch base and have a talk about the world at the moment. There's obviously lots of stuff happening out there, both in the bigger picture. I think we get very much tied down to what's happening in New Zealand with our lockdowns and our level 4s at the moment. We're feeling for all the people in Auckland that have come out of level 4 today and into level 3, which is level 4 with takeaways. So New Zealand obviously is still sitting in a pretty good place. While economically there's more and more misery stories coming out about businesses that are struggling, which well documented each day. The economy still, by and large, is still doing pretty well, but it's going to be seen in the future over the next couple of months what this lockdown has done to stint that growth, which has been going so well. New Zealand as a whole has been getting locked down a bit lately, obviously by Delta, but the rest of the world has been starting to open up. You would have seen recently places like Denmark have taken, and the UK have got rid of pretty much all of their COVID restrictions. The next thing is going to be around vaccination and who gets to go into shops and restaurants and travel the world in terms of what that vaccination looks like next. The markets have been going very strongly across the world, and we don't have too much exposure to New Zealand for that reason, that New Zealand is such a small place in the bigger scale of the world. It makes up about 0.2%, which a company, to put that into perspective a little bit, a company like Apple is about 15 times the size of all the companies on the New Zealand stock market. Apple and Google and Microsoft, if you said last quarter, those three companies, they made $60 billion between them last quarter. That was their profit. Well, New Zealand's borrowed $60 billion for COVID to be able to bail out the whole country over the last 18 months. So New Zealand really is very small in the broader scheme of things overseas. So we look to those companies that you use every day, the Microsofts, the Apples, the Googles, the Facebooks, depending on if you're that way inclined. And so we tend to focus on lots of those larger companies over time in terms of getting that diversification overseas. We've got a high weighting at the moment to infrastructure and listed property, mainly with President Biden's bill that's about to get signed off, which is about $800 billion, which is a lot of money, US dollars that is too, which is going to get signed off, which is going to be doing infrastructure projects in America, the largest infrastructure projects since the 1960s. They're talking about hospitals, rest homes, wireless broadband. The ratings are pretty good after they got done in the 60s, but so there's huge amounts of stuff that's going to get spent on in America, and so that's where we see some pretty consistent revenue coming for the portfolios over the next couple of years.